my name is Eryc Perez Tagle, and I'm a Brooklyn-based photographer who was born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. This month, I've been showcasing a photo series called Toledo's Pride, chronicling the LGBTQIA+ community here in Toledo. The series consists of portraits of folks identifying within the LGBTQIA spectrum, paired with short, sometimes very intimate stories from those people. The goal is to create awareness using the power of storytelling, both visual and written.
Eryc, thank you so much for being here with me today. And let's go into, how did you start this series? How did you come up with this amazing idea to really spread the word about our community members and showing support for Pride Month?
I knew that I wanted to work on something that was meaningful and personal. Really, when I think about it, this idea stems all the way back from my own adolescence, being a closeted gay kid in Toledo, trying to figure myself out, and not having the right resources or confidence, for that matter, to live out loud. 15 years later, back in Toledo, sitting at George's, a bar that I had been going to every time I came to visit. As I sat there and I thought about what project I could work on, my focus went onto this big picture window that's right in the front of this place. People, passing by could see inside too. And so that window for me was a metaphor for the change and the progress that Toledo had made in terms of LGBTQIA acceptance. And in that moment, I knew that I wanted to meet and photograph folks within the community to add to the momentum in a way that I knew how, by giving a voice and a platform for this community to tell a slice of their stories.
It's important to mention the meaning behind the title of this series, Toledo's Pride. It references, of course, the pride folks within this community have for themselves. When we have pride in ourselves, we feel lifted, we feel supported, and it's what gives us the confidence to live outwardly as ourselves. But it also sheds light on the pride and beliefs that cause many in the larger community to reject and even fear these people, because too much pride can cloud our perspective and our judgment. So it's important to understand this as you look through the images and read through the stories, that it's Toledo's pride that has given rise to necessary change, but it's also Toledo's pride that's prevented growth within the LGBTQIA+ community here in Toledo.
People are looking at these photos and read the stories. I hope first and foremost that they feel empathy, right? Gay rights have come a really long way in the world and in Toledo, but there's still so much that needs to happen. But when we feel empathy, that gives us a new perspective, which hopefully leads to change. I also hope that people feel empowered and understand that they're not alone in their struggles. So many people are fighting these internal battles, so being able to relate is key. It's important to highlight these folks because whether anyone wants to believe it or not, their stories matter, right? And hearing their successes as well as their struggles make them real people that real people can relate to. So, it's clear, especially with everything going on in the world right now, that there's not enough representation and diversity in the kinds of stories that we're told. This, is an opportunity to tell real stories of real people from the LGBTQIA community and not have some curated Hollywood version of that.
How did it feel seeing those final results, getting the series out there, posting it online, and seeing the reaction of the community?
When I look at the final results, I feel extreme gratitude for the people that I met and photographed who shared their stories for people to read. They show, they're the ones that, are showing their vulnerability. And then because of that, they show their strength. And I think that that's what the series is about. And this series is for them. But, I'd like to just make one thing clear, that this is just a tiny slice, of the LGBTQIA+ stories within Toledo. There are so many more stories to be told and heard. And I just hope that this inspires other people to figure out what they can do in their own way to pave the way for change.
Seeing these images and seeing these people, that these are our neighbors, these are our coworkers, and seeing the strength that they're giving. What advice would you like to give to those younger community members?
You are not alone. I mean, that's at the end of all of this, it's that we are real people, and the struggles that we have are so internalized. And when you internalize that and you feel like you're alone, it can feel really overwhelming, but know that you aren't alone. And there are all of these people that are going through maybe the same thing that you're going through, and that you can find solidarity and comfort in that. And that's how I think you can, move forward in your life.